I'm so excited to speak with you guys today. We're having an investor meeting. I'm going to be answering your guys' questions.
Without trembling. Even more dangerous than your attachment to people is your attachment to your own image. You want to be liked, praised, understood. You want to be the good guy. But that need is weakness in disguise. You bend your behavior to fit into rooms you should be controlling. You tone yourself down so no one feels threatened. That is not virtue. It is surrender. Detach from the illusion of being accepted. Let them misunderstand you. Let them fear you. Let them gossip, question.
What's up, everybody? Welcome, guys. Hi. All right, we're back. Thanks for not leaving us. Thanks for not leaving, everybody. I mean, the one guy. So, yes, we've got to talk about crypto today, back up. Bitcoin's back up. My crypto account was down at over $1,000. And then I bought a little bit more Shiba Inu. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm back up to 9,500. And Bitcoin started to go back up. Shiba Inu actually started to go back up. The price was down to 401329 or something. And I told you guys I'm buying Shiba Inu. And now we're back up. So, easy money, guys, easy money. Let's get it. Remember to buy Chainlink too, guys. I think we should own some Chainlink. I think that they're going to be doing some big things in the future. So I like Chainlink. And my favorite crypto is really ICP, but I like Shiba Inu a lot too. But Jesus Rodriguez, how are you always around? How are you always around, dude? You're like my top supporter. And tonight I have got something good. King's Kush. We're going to smoke some King's Kush, guys. Happy to be with all of you tonight. Very happy. Sparkling water. I don't drink alcohol. I quit. I'm trying to be, I'm glad that you're good company too. Man, we got, is that a cop over there? No. We got Bitcoin back up to 117. What I'm really watching is the price of silver. Silver is down today, $38. We dropped a little bit, guys. I'm pissed. We dropped. But it's not going to go straight up. Remember, we're taking these, we're stair-stepping higher, and then we come, every once in a while, we come back down a step, okay? It's not going to go straight up. It can't. Because if it does go straight up, it'll just crash, you know. In theory, silver could go straight up for a little while, but you'd have to have a lot of buying coming in. You know, you'd have to have crazy conditions, probably World War III, you know, and that'll probably happen. Silver will probably go straight up, and it'll go to like $300. But for right now, we got to get silver over 50, okay? The $300, yeah, that's coming. Silver's going to 300. That's coming, but it's not going to be coming for a while. We still got a few years, possibly 2 or 3 or 4 years or more before we see $200 or $300 silver. But we will see significant price increases. We're going to be making money. I'm thinking about buying some more silver, guys. I got to buy some more silver. Just to prove to you guys how serious I am. And, you know, I don't need to prove to anyone, but if you're buying silver at 38 bucks an ounce, you know, with your premium, you're paying about 40 bucks an ounce for silver. That's significant because the majority of the silver, well, I don't want to tell you what I paid for the silver that I have, but prices have gone up, you know, and it's like, do I really want to keep buying silver? You should. You know, the price doesn't matter. You know, 10 years from now, price is going to be way higher. 10 years from now, probably stocks are going to be way higher. Crypto is going to be way higher. Crypto is not going anywhere because it's a way that they can legally manipulate the markets. You know, they can illegally legally. They can manipulate the crypto markets. They can scam people. You know, so crypto is not going away. You definitely want to be buying crypto. And they're always going to trade in a range. Sometimes crypto, it's going crazy. Everybody's making money, but if you don't sell in time, then you're going to lose money. That's just like me when I sold back in December. I sold all my crypto back then, and I sold right after the peak. I usually, guys, if you keep following me, what usually happens is I sell right after the peak. And that's really good. That's very good. Because one thing, you could end up selling way too early. You don't want to sell your silver too early. You always want to wait until you see the first signs of weakness in a chart. So that's why I follow the chart so closely. So if you follow me, I'm going to get you out of these assets close to the top. I've already gotten my crypto community out close to the top because I told everybody I was selling my crypto back in December. I told everybody I was getting out. So I try my hardest to tell you guys what's up, you know. And I'm going to be pretty accurate, you know, compared to most people that are just startup YouTube and startup TikTokers. I'm going to have a lot more accuracy. Because I've been in the precious metals since even before 2000. So I've been into precious metals for over 25 years. I haven't always had the money to load up on them, you know. Otherwise, I would have a lot more than I do. But I've been following the markets for all these years. If you want to get the best precious metals mining stocks, go to my Patreon. The Patreon is in the link in the description of this video. John's Gold and Silver. And it's at the top of my YouTube page. So please join a Patreon. And we are down to 11 members. Probably because I haven't been putting out enough Patreon videos. I haven't put out any lately. But I don't need to. because all of the stocks that I'm into are on there. All right, guys, they're all on there. So I don't need to put out a new Patreon video just yet. What you've got to worry about is joining the Patreon and buy some of these stocks, okay? You could lose money. This is not financial advice, but I am recommending for people to join my Patreon. And it's always about doing it right away and not hesitating. And if you hesitate, you're going to miss opportunity. And I've told you this so many times. And some people listen, some people don't. The people that have joined my Patreon are all making money because all of my precious metals stocks that I picked out for you guys are all up. So even though they're down a few percent today, you know, but they're all up. Every single one of them that I have on my list. So if you want to start making money today, join my Patreon. Because that's my only product. The only product I offer is the Patreon for right now until I come out with my book. So yes. Hello, friend. How are you? I wrote to you last night. Hello, friend. How are you? You wrote something to me last night. Okay. I didn't see it yet. I'm going to go check that out later. All right. I am from Argentina. Okay. That's good. I'm from United States. King's Kush. Is beer. No, I do not drink beer. I do not drink beer. I'm against alcohol. Alcohol will make your body weaker. Weaker in the gym. It'll kill your brain cells. Alcohol will destroy your muscle. Okay? So should not drink alcohol. I'll give you a rip. Wish you guys could all be here and we could be chilling out talking about making money. But this is almost as good, you know. No, it's not as good. If you guys were here right now, we'd all be chilling. I'd take you over to the graveyard. Smoke up in the graveyard. But yeah, we got to be serious about our money. We got to lock in, guys. How do you make money? Good idea. Get yourself a job. All right. To make money, what you want to do, you got to learn how to make money work for you. All right. I read this book a long time ago, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This guy's name is Robert Kawasaki, like the motorcycle, Robert Kawasaki. And he teaches people how to make money work for you. He's into real estate. So he buys buildings and apartment buildings and stuff, and then he rents them out. So he invests other people's money. He gets a loan, uses other people's money, and then he starts making money. So that's an example of how you can make money work for you. What I do to make money work for me is I put my money in the stock market and I buy cryptocurrency. So then when that cryptocurrency goes higher in value, I sell it. And that's how I make my money. I also do have a full-time job. So what I recommend for men is to have a full-time job or a part-time job and begin stock trading. Okay, this is what I did. And this is what all of you should do too. Just 1 second. Remember to join the Patreon, guys. So what I did and what all of you should do. What was I going to say? How to make money. Okay, what I was going to say. I was going to say, you have to, what I tell all men that they should be doing, is either going to college. Also, you should be saving money. But what you really want to do is you want to try to save up $25,000. Because if you can get 25 grand, then you have a trading account. Then you can use margin. You can buy options. You can buy stocks multiple times in a day. You can buy and sell multiple times in a day. So I try to teach men, save up 25,000 and then start stock trading on the side. That's what I do. I do stock trading and crypto trading and a full-time job. And I think that's the fastest way to start making more money, is just to start doing stock trading. Follow somebody that you know. I mean, I think you guys should follow me, but yes, you should do stock trading, crypto trading. Follow someone you know, join their Patreon. I've got my Patreon. And I think that's the way to increase your wealth the fastest. Yes, you can also further your education, but I teach men how to invest. Okay? Buy XRP and Solana 20x leverage now, wait 6 months. 20 times leverage? What happens if you're wrong then? How much are you going to owe? They're going to margin call your ass probably right off the bat if you're wrong, If it starts to go down, you could be seriously messed up. If you try to buy something with 20 times leverage, you could. Yeah. That's not for everybody. Nice. Invest as well, stocks and crypto. Very excited for blockchain and AI and quantum. Yeah, we're going to see what happens with those. Gold too. Don't forget about gold. XRP. XRP is too high in market cap. It might double. Yeah, I think XRP is too high in market cap. I think so. I like ICP too, Internet Computer Coin. XRP is going in this run. Probably like 5 or 6, maybe. One guy I watch, he's predicting it could go up to 5. I'm thinking like optimistically, XRP could go to $7 or even higher. On the low end, yeah, a few bucks, four or $5. But we should go higher. XRP should be moving a little bit higher within the next 2 or 3 months, or sooner, or very soon. According to David Hunter, the melt up is going to go really, really fast. So we're going to enter this period where the stocks and crypto start going a lot higher, and they go very, very fast in a channel, an upward channel. Like this is where the bull run's really going to start. That's what David Hunter says. We'll see, guys. We'll see. I definitely think that a bull run is possible right now for altcoins, meme coins, Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, XDC, ICP. Depends on the burn. Will take 10 years to really get up in price. Yeah, there's a lot of uncertainties and a lot of unknowns. We don't really know. Nobody knows how high it's going to go. It's a guessing game, Remember, XRP could also go down too. So XRP usually goes down to 50 cents. After every bull run, it always goes back to 50 cents. Look at the charts. So I think XRP might go up to 5 or 6, and then it'll go back to 50 cents or maybe $1. somewhere in there. But we got high hopes for altcoin season coming up. Big money, guys. I'm excited for Shiba Inu right now because Shiba Inu is back at 4014. And I just bought more Shiba Inu tonight. You know, that's how you got to do it, guys. That's how you got to do it. I have a weekly purchase on Shiba Inu. I do recurring buys. Today, I just made a whole extra purchase. Just like when you pay off your debt, you should make a whole extra debt payment just to pay off your debt faster. You guys understand? I think you do. If you look at Mara and Fib, looks like it can go in the hundreds, but I don't know, worried about it, barely make 40 bucks. He's talking about the stock Marathon Digital Holdings, which is already around $20 per share. And I don't hold any of this, but I think it could go to 40 or 60. But that's under the right conditions. Yeah, it's under the right conditions. And if you think about it, you know, Bitcoin's going to have to keep going higher in price. Otherwise, these companies are not going to make a lot of money, okay? Like Marathon Digital Holdings. If Bitcoin goes down, that's going to tank. But then again, if it goes down, that's when you buy it. But right now, in the current situation, Marathon Digital Holdings and all these other stocks, Riot, whatever all these other stocks are, TerraWolf, CLSK is another good one. There's a lot of crypto miners. This guy's from Nigeria. How high will Shiba Inu go? Shiba Inu will probably drop a 0. So that's it. Drop a 0. So that means we're going to 3 zeros, 1. 3 zeros, 1. So I'm betting on a 10x move from, it looks like the bottom was at pretty much 4 zeros, 1. Okay? So I think we can go to 3 zeros, 1 for Shiba Inu. You can go to 3 zeros, 1. I was thinking that the bottom was going to be lower. I thought Shiba Inu might go as low as 5 zeros, 5. Hasn't happened. I've been wrong on that so far. But my prediction is for a 10 times move on Shiba Inu. And I hold about $3,000 worth of Shiba Inu right now. So that's where I'm at. And I'm buying it every week. And guys, you just gotta pick a freaking investment and go in. So many people, they don't even try to invest. All you gotta do to make money these days is freaking throw darts at a dartboard, basically. Just buy random stocks and you can make money. Just buy random cryptos and you could easily make money. It's ridiculous how easy it is today. Sometimes people get manipulated and they buy and sell at the wrong times, but if you hold something, just wait until you're back in the green, you know, for the most part. You'll eventually be back in the green. That's how crypto is. Sometimes you're going to be losing money, you're going to be down, but if you wait it out, always goes back up. And it's going to continue to do that until it doesn't. So the moral of the story is people should invest more money, in my opinion. People, what they do is they spend all their money on the here and now. That's going to make life, you know, a little bit more enjoyable, but some of the happiest people, you know, don't even spend that much money. I find a lot of happiness just in going for walks around town, exercising, you know, yeah, lifting weights. You could read books, look at the internet. I don't go out or spend any money really, hardly ever, you know. You can meet up with people, go for walks and do stuff. You do not need to go to expensive restaurants. You know, people always do this kind of stuff to, who knows, to show off. I know people that go to expensive restaurants. Um, these people think nothing about saving, you know? They just want to spend money and take pictures of the food, which is nice. It's nice to do. That's fun. But what we should be thinking about is more often, you know, than not, is saving money and investing rather than going out and drinking at bars, partying. We got to get serious, guys. We got to get really serious. Um, Life is tough, and it's a lot harder if you don't try to build something. Um, I'd rather work hard when I'm younger to build something great so I can chill out when I'm older. Most people end up working until they're dead. They just work and they never make enough for retirement because they just live life in the here and now. They want to spend everything, you know? Ways to have fun without spending money, okay? Guys, gotta take that seriously. Just freaking if you spend freaking $10 a day on wasteful shit, how much does that add up to in a year? $10 a day times 365. That's 3,000. What? Just wasting $10 a day, or even wasting $5 a day, is like 1,800 a year. So you guys could save so much money if you said no to that Tim Hortons coffee or whatever, you know. Or if you let's say you and your girlfriend, you guys both get a freaking latte or every day. You guys drive to the Tim Hortons in the morning or whatever. Combined, as a couple, you could be saving almost 4 grand towards paying off your house or whatever, you know. So you can think about it as if you're a couple as well, a man and woman. You guys should be saving money together, and you should be on the same page as your wife. She should be on the same page as you, rather, saving money. You shouldn't be trying very hard to save money, and then she just wants to spend all your money. Okay? You got to make sure your wife is on the same page as you, or consider if it's worth living with her for that many more years that you're going to be alive. Okay? You got to be on the same page as your woman on a lot of things, but especially finances. Finances can cripple a relationship, you know. Imagine working your ass off to save for a retirement, and then the wife keeps begging to go on vacations and um, spend money, go out to eat. You know, just keep that in check to a certain degree, you know. Um, and if she insists that you keep spending money taking her out, then that's up to you if you want to end it, you know. Leveling, this guy says he's leveling up these next 3 months and beyond. That's exactly what I want to hear. I bet Tom Lee built a big position in GRNY. Never heard of that stock. Granny Shot. Never heard of that one. Did you buy Fart Coin? No. I could never buy Fart Coin because I don't use a cold wallet. I use Coinbase services because I trust Coinbase more than a cold wallet. Coinbase is a reputable company. They're not going to go bankrupt, you know. I don't think so anytime soon, unless something really crazy happens. Coinbase is pretty easy to work with for the most part. When I was new to it, I had a little bit of a hard time, but now that I've been with them for a while, it's not bad. So I stick with Coinbase, and Fartcoin is not on Coinbase. But I wanted to buy Fartcoin a long time ago because I knew what it was. You know, it's going to be the ultimate tracker of the idiocy of the markets. When Fartcoin is worth freaking $10, that means the market is at a peak. I mean, you know, it means that enthusiasm is not going to go that much higher. So if you follow Fartcoin, that'll tell you about the markets. You know, it's an index. Fartcoin is an index. It just tells you what the markets are doing. If it's up, the markets are up. If it's down, the markets are down. Just like Bitcoin or Ethereum. If Fartcoin is really high, it tells you that the enthusiasm is just over the top. You know, people are crazy about buying any crypto possibly, you know. It's funny, it seems like Hawk Tuah coin, it was like a long time ago now, you know, how much time has gone by. Hawk Tuah coin. That came out so long ago now. It's like, what the heck? What the helly? What the helly? Freaking Hawk Tuah coin. I used to consider 100K a lot of money in my 20s, but now it seems like nothing in my 30s. What's a lot of money to you? A lot of money would be, you know, 250,000. You know, I think that'd be a lot of money for anybody, 250,000, because that's enough to buy a house and pay cash for that house. So, and then you would have enough money to pay your taxes for at least 10, 20 years with 250K. And you could buy solar panels and then also buy a car. So with 250K, you could be set. If you were smart, 250K, you'd be set. So I think that's a lot. Even if you had less, some people would consider 100,000 a lot of money. It all depends on your perspective. For me, what I want to accomplish, $1 million is nothing. 10 million is nothing. You know, I want to do stuff that's so insane. I want to build a whole community, an entire indoor building with completely fresh air, with farming, with different jobs in there that you can self-sustain in there, and have animals and do hunting. And I would have to buy a massive piece of property, and make it like an actual community inside with all pure organic food, and everything about health to the max. So that's what I want to do. What I want to do, I need billions, you know. So to me, 100K is nothing, or even $1 million is nothing. And I may never accomplish my goals, just like many of you guys have goals that you're never going to accomplish. But you better, you know, you better try. You don't want to be on your deathbed and say, I didn't even try. You know, so that's what I'm doing right now. And the only way I can do that and build that sort of a community is with stocks, investing, crypto. That's the only place you can make that much money that fast, the stock market. So I'm just trying to get a few big breaks, you know, and then do good in different stocks. Just keep doing what I'm doing, keep multiplying my money. That's all you got to do. Multiply your money. If you take $2,000 and you multiply it, you double it 9 times, you will be a millionaire. $2,000. You double it 9 times. Be rich. That's all you got to do. So it's not that hard. Whatever your goals are, it's very possible. With the markets, with investing, it's all very possible. If you want to know about what stocks I'm into right now, join the Patreon, John's Gold and Silver. I used to consider 100K a lot of money. Oh yeah. Coinbase will list any coin. You still need to deep dive. Remember FTX. Hawk Tuah is a throwback. 3 to 5 million is a lot of money to set. Yeah, if 3 to 5 million, you'd be set for life. Unless you're like all these crazy people that win the lottery and they blow all their money. And then they're poor again. But with 3 million, you should be good. Yeah. 330K to pay off my duplex so I can split into 2 parcels and sell each side for 240 each. Yeah, that'd be good. Go for it. Good luck to you. Do you believe in Jesus Christ? Yeah, I'm a Christian. So yeah, we get that a lot. There's like a lot of Christian, like a whole wave of people talking about God. Good thing that wasn't a cop. If it was a cop, I would have been like, hey. And then I'd be like, yeah, it's sparkling water. Yes, you know, the amazing thing is that we can't trust anybody. You know, even the Bible says you can't trust any man, um, except Jesus, because Jesus wasn't fully a man. Imagine, you know, you can't trust anything, nothing. But then God, you can have full trust in. Yeah, I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anyone on this earth. Well, a couple people, yeah, but so join the Patreon, guys. What you holding? Sparkling water. I don't drink alcohol. I only drink sparkling water. So, or if I'll drink an occasional energy drink, but those are not good because of the sucralose. Sucralose. It always comes back to that. Very bad, very bad. And it's in everything. It's in barbecue sauce, steak sauce. Just read your ingredients and see if there's sucralose in there. I guarantee you they're poisoning the American population. I can't say this. I can't say this. I'll get in trouble. But do not eat sucralose, okay? You gotta stop drinking that stuff with sucralose in it. We gotta get rich. XRP, Shiba Inu. Can't wait till altcoin season really kicks in. Then we're gonna start to really get rich. What you saw in December, that was nothing. We didn't even see hardly any record highs. What's coming is gonna be an explosion. We're gonna get rich. Whoo! I'd scream right now if I could. You guys know I would. But we are about to make some serious cash in cryptocurrency if the melt up happens. And it looks like it is. Looks like the melt up is really happening. The markets are fighting this wall of worry. And they're just going to keep on going higher. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy to watch it. And then if they ever do lower the interest rates, did you guys see Jerome Powell with Trump? And everybody says it was like an episode of The Office. Was that even real or was that AI? Pretty sure that was real. Trump and Powell were bickering over the price and the bill of the renovations. And it was like someone said, this is like a TV show. I was like, it is a TV show. They're just trying to entertain us, make us see all these things and believe it. And then who knows what they're actually going to do. This guy's been waiting for alt season. Yep. What am I holding? Oh, what am I holding? Yes. Okay, sorry. I'm holding Shiba Inu, ICP, Origin Token, Dogecoin, Stellar Lumens. I have a full list on my Patreon. Patreon is John's Gold and Silver. So please support me on there. It's $10 a month. We have 11 people, and it's really hurting. We're down. We had 13. Now we're down to 11. We actually had 14. So it's pretty bad. 600K at 4% high yield savings rate makes you 1.8K interest, but my duplex is bought for 233. Yeah, property usually is a good investment. It has been the best investment. One of the best things. One of them. And only cost me 20K to buy. Wow. FHA? That's a certain type of loan. I don't know that much about buying a house because I never bought a house yet. I rent right now. I got my own place. Truck driving by. Somebody's driving a truck. Yeah, that's nice. Nice. I got to buy a piece of land, and then I want to build a house on it. I want to build. Um, I want to build a very simple home, just like a freaking giant rectangle with a basement. You know, and I don't even need a basement to be honest with you. The basement today might cost 20 grand or so. It would be nice to have a basement, but I don't need a basement. The cheapest way possible is just no basement. Just make a giant rectangular home. Or live in a motorhome, one of those RVs. That would be cool. Hit that like button, guys. Come on, help me out. Hit that like button. Do it for Shiba Inu. Do it for Shiba. Let's go. Mr. Quackerson. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm in stocks and real estate and hopefully soon build. Nice. He wants to build his own home. This guy does the stock market and real estate. I want to get into real estate. I really do. I want to, help sell houses. So I might be getting into that. This guy bought more XRP and Fubo options today. Fubo. Okay, I got to look that one up. Fubo. Bro, you mad or something? I ain't mad. No, I ain't mad. Fubo stock. I'll look into that one. Quit smoking. I did, well, no, no. I'm not. I'm not smoking. I can't wait to do some more training videos, exercising videos. Um, and I'm going to be doing more progress updates, my weight, some of my lifts. I'm going to be doing more training videos, pull-ups, push-ups, stuff like that. I think XRP could dip a bit more, but I don't think they are going to drop it enough. Yeah. If we're really going into altcoin season, it's not going to drop that much more, you know? $3 is the new $2. Yeah, for XRP, 3 is the new 2. XRP ain't going below 3 until the cycle's over, until the cycle is completed. And this is one of the longer cycles. It seems like it's taking a lot longer to play out. Seems like it is, but we'll see what happens. We'll see. Bitcoin, 200,000. I think that's possible. Maybe next cycle it could go to 1 million. But how high could XRP go? I think at the very highest, maybe 5 or 7. 5 to 7 bucks. XRP. Where's my XRP army? I'm not in the army. But where are they? Where's the XRP army? Let's go XRP. Let's get it. Hashtag XRP in the comments. He thinks 5 to 7 is too cheap. He thinks XRP could go way higher than 5 to 7. Maybe. But I'm not that concerned with it. I'm looking at Shiba Inu, Origin Token, ICP, Internet Computer. They have their caffeine AI. They're adding more network capacity. So I think something is coming. Something's coming. Something's coming with ICP. They're going to blow it up. I'm telling you, they are. They're going to do what they got to do. I think ICP is going to just freaking blow up. Yeah. XRP can keep on doing it. Why can't ICP? You know, I think ICP, their team is realizing, you know, to compete, they're going to have to pump themselves up a little bit. They're going to have to hype up a little, hype themselves up a little bit more. So that's coming. That's coming. We can be looking at the burn rate for Shiba Inu. That can increase. That's going to go higher, I think. That's going to be good for Shiba Inu if the burn rate goes a whole lot higher. Bitcoin 180 to 200K. XRP $8 to $12. Yeah. Bitcoin 180K. I bought mine 4 years down the road. I had to take profits and buy on lows, but I'll never sell. This guy's never going to sell his Bitcoin. Damn. That's crazy because even I will sell my silver. Yeah. I love silver probably more than you love Bitcoin. Okay? But even I will sell my silver. Because we can use that to do real things in real life. Bitcoin just sits there. You got to actually start moving money. Okay? You got to start a business, start a cash flow business, you know? That's just money that it can grow. If you're just sitting money in Bitcoin, it can grow, but it can never expand. There's a lot of diminishing returns for Bitcoin, I believe. I believe this is true. yeah, keep your Bitcoin investment, but try to start a business too. Made 2x on silver sold. Wow. I'll sell and take profit, of course, but I'll never sell the whole lot. Yeah. Yeah, sell, take a little bit of profit, buy the things that you need. Buy a piece of land, buy a piece of property. If there's a housing market crash, buy houses, you know. If there's a stock market crash, buy stocks. If silver crashes, buy silver, you know. There's always going to be crashes, okay? Throughout history, there always is crashes. So that's why it's important to be ready to get into some cash if anything starts to happen. So you want to be pretty in liquid assets. You know, all of my assets I can sell pretty quick, so I can generate a lot of cash if I want. You know, if there's some kind of a crash, that's possible. Hold Bitcoin to 1 million. Yeah. How long is that going to take, though? You know, is it going to take, what, 8 years, maybe 10 years? It's hard to say. Bitcoin 1 million? I think 10 to 12 years. 10 to 12. I'll sell and take profit, of course, but I'll never sell. Holding Bitcoin when funds flow in 1 year. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Right on, dude. Yeah, we got to be thinking about buying more cryptocurrencies, buying more Shiba Inu, more Pepe. Pepe is a good one, I think. I like the ones like Shiba Inu, Pepe, and Bonk because they're all really, really cheap. But I think they could all shoot into the stratosphere if the conditions are right, if we get lower interest levels. And they're making it look like Trump and Powell are opposing forces, you know, but they know they're going to lower the interest rates at some point. You know, that's all part of the plan. They're going to lower the interest rates, probably, and make the stock market go crazy and make like Bitcoin's going to go crazy. If they lower the interest rate, that means people can buy on margin cheaply. They can get loans to invest. It means that stocks, different companies can get more loans to grow their business. This is good for small cap stocks. Very good for small cap stocks. It's called the melt up, the stock market melt up. In order to get the stock market melting up, we need the interest rates down. We need the interest rates to go very low. That's why Trump keeps on saying, like, oh, Powell needs to lower the interest rates. We're going to fire Powell, you know, because Powell doesn't want to lower the interest rates. And yeah, they're waiting too long, you know. The longer they wait to lower the interest rates, the higher the probability of a crash. So they want to, I'd like it if they lower the interest rates right now. When everything is supposedly okay. And then the stock market will go way higher instantly. I believe in spreading my money around stocks, precious metals, collectibles, anything with hard value. Precious metals, collectibles. Yeah, I like the collectible thing. Collectible coins especially, I think, because these have known values, you know. Collectible items of any kind. I love all different collectibles. I was raised going to the flea market ever since I was a little kid. I would go to the flea market. I would look at antiques. So I know a lot about antiques, I would say, more than your average person. And I believe in investing in collectible items, especially rare watches, guitars, musical instruments, you know, stuff like that. Amplifiers, speakers. Like the video. Yes, everybody like the video. Thanks, Water Buffalo. I should be asleep. But I got to grow my channel. I got to grow it. I'm really trying hard. I'm a try hard. Samuel something sword. Samurai sword. Yes, I don't invest in samurai swords, but I have held a couple real ones, which was a cool experience. I've never like chopped anything up with it though. But yes, I definitely like samurai swords. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna pay too much. It's hard to find a good deal, okay, on a nice samurai sword. Good luck. Good luck. They might try to convince you it's a good deal. You really got to know the right people to get a good deal. And then why are they going to give you a good deal? You know, they got this rare sword. Why are they going to give it to you for a good deal? You could always buy something on eBay, but you know, I have some Pokemon cards worth some money. Yes, Pokemon cards are a great collectible item. Um, you're an investor then. You are an investor. You invest in Pokemon cards. You should have them professionally graded though. For real. If you have any really good cards, you might have some really good cards. You should send them in and have them graded, okay? Have some Damascus Samurai Sword. This guy has a Damascus Samurai Sword. That's got to be worth a pretty penny, bro. You got to be having some money there. That's really good. Damascus. That's like a special type of steel that like is practically indestructible. So that's pretty sweet. I'd like to get some kind of a Damascus blade, but right now I just put the money in silver. I think that's the better play. And I like mining and minerals dividend stocks. Rio Tinto, RIO. That just went up a couple bucks the other day. And I like Devon, DVN. Really like those ones. So I'd rather buy that kind of stuff that pays a dividend than a really nice sword. But I really want to get a new butterfly knife. But I'm not spending the money on it. Where do you buy your silver? I buy from Provident Metals. It's online. It's an online site. Provident Metals. Also, I bought from uh, APMEX before. APMEX. They're pretty good. They're good. So yes. Love silver. It's gonna take time, guys. Silver's gonna take time. It's still gonna take a few months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. But silver could hit $50 to $70. We're really looking at about 70 bucks here. I think silver's going to 70. And I will sell some. I will sell a little bit of my silver. But I'm gonna wait and see what the charts look like. See how strong it is, see how bullish it is. And I'm definitely gonna sell a little bit. And I'm gonna be looking to possibly buy a car. I'm gonna be looking for a good deal on a car. And then maybe I'll try to sell that car. Maybe I'll try to make a couple grand. You know, basically, I'm going to be looking for opportunity. When I think silver has peaked, I'm going to take my profit and I'm going to try to make profit somewhere else. I might take some of that money and buy different stocks, but I really want to get into a business. I've always wanted a car dealership, you know. Would be really cool to have my own car dealership. Maybe that's what I should do. But cars are so troublesome. There's so many issues that can come up. That's really one of the reasons I haven't done it. The main reason is it's costly. I would have to have a mechanic full-time mechanic, which would probably cost me around 1,200 bucks a month, you know, or more, probably more. I would think more. Probably closer to 18 or 2 grand a month or a week. So I'd really have to be moving cars and, you know, If I was going to start a car dealership, I would need a very large location too. I'd have to get a lot of space to hold at least 30 or 40 cars, you know. Then I would have to get a loan from the bank, you know. Maybe I can do it. Maybe I can become a car dealership. I just got to find a piece of land, really. If I have a piece of land, I'll be able to get a dealer license because I can say that this is my lot, you know. I'm the owner of it, and they'll allow me to get a dealership license. Then I can get into the auctions. I can get good deals. That's what some of these guys do. They buy land and then they put dealerships out in the country. Then they advertise online. People they drive out in the country to these dealerships. You know, they're in different counties where the taxes are a little bit better. Yeah. This can be done. But where do you, should I sell my XRPPP? That depends. What else do you have? If the only thing you own is XRP, I would say yes, sell some of it and then diversify a little bit. You want to have a diversified portfolio, okay? But if you have many different cryptos, including XRP, maybe you could still sell some, take some profit if you're in the green. Maybe you could leave it and let it go. Maybe you make some more money if it keeps going higher. Yo, check out Fubo. I would steer you wrong. Made 12 grand on options last year. Fubo. Okay, I'll remember that when I go inside. Fubo stock. That's a good idea. You could even start with like 10 cars. I know some small dealerships that only have like 10 at a time. Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks for the encouragement. Really appreciate that. I could do that. Start with like 10 cars, you know? Or even 5 to 7. Yeah. You know, if I want to make it a business, I just got to take it one step at a time. What do I got to do? I need that first initial investment, though. If I need a loan, I'm going to have to make some money. I need silver to go higher. I need to make more money in the stock market. Then I can get a loan if I put down 10%. All right. Then the bank will give me a loan. And I want to specialize in certain cars like that are excellent, like very reliable cars. I'll specialize in Toyota, Toyota Sienna minivans, Toyota Sequoias, Lexus GX 470s, Land Rovers, Toyota Corollas, Honda Civics, Honda Accords, CRVs. I'll just have only really reliable cars. That my dealership's going to take off because they'll be like, where do you get a reliable car from? And then everyone will say, my dealership. They'll say, mine is the best. I have the most reliable cars. So yes, this will become a reality. I'm going to go from one form of metal, silver, to another form, car. Hell yeah, brother. Hulk Hogan. Can't believe he's dead. Hulk Hogan passed away. Unbelievable. Hulk Hogan, the Hulkster. Hulkamania. He's dead. Like, what? Remember, he was just on that TV show. Seemed like yesterday. When Hulk Hogan did that TV show with his family. Now he's dead. He was huge. He was a big dude in his prime. He was pretty jacked. And I think he did take steroids. Not to tarnish his reputation, but I think he was on some steroids. But he was very impressive. For real. He was quite a specimen of a man. And quite a good showman. So We should have a moment of silence for that guy. Oh, he was a Christian as well. Hulk Hogan was a Christian. Wow. Yeah, he was. That's crazy. Hulk Hogan really was a Christian. They're gonna start dropping like flies in the next few years, Badass Assassin says. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe we'll see a lot more people. A lot more famous people dropping. I think that's likely because there's different things with the vaccine and stuff, you know. Who knows? Who knows? People may start dropping like flies though. Seems like they already are. It's crazy how time flies. Hulk was just so strong and then he just got so weak so fast. And I was just working and trying to make money. Next thing you know, Hulk's dead. He dropped like a fly. Just but we know he went to heaven. That's crazy that Hulk Hogan was a Christian. To think about that. That's pretty crazy. He's a major figure. And he's also a Christian and he's outspoken about it. There are some like him. There are some that are like him, but he's pretty rare. The Hollywood world, it's very evil. And I think he avoided that evil. He was a pretty strong dude. He was mentally strong, physically strong. He hung out with Andre the Giant back in the day. Andre the Giant, he could drink like, I think he could drink like 56 beers or something like that, or he might have been able to drink over 100 beers. But yeah, he's dead too, obviously. Yep. Guys, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Let's go. Like it, like it. I think he had 126 beers in one sitting. Ric Flair said about Giant. 126 beers in one sitting. Yeah, that's crazy. He was, superhuman in some ways, but man, he was in that one famous movie, whatever that movie was called. But yeah, he was a famous actor. But all right, guys, I better go to bed. I'll try to get up in the morning and do a live stream if I can. Trying to get more watch hours. Thanks, guys. Remember, if you want to support this channel, you can also join the Patreon. Or hit that like button right now. Hit that like button. Do it, guys. I would do it for you. Pish. Arnold said Giant picked him up like a kid. What? Arnold Schwarzenegger? Man, Arnold's got a lot of stories, I'm sure. Yep. Till next time, have a good night, bro. Okay.